Hey everybody, Jeremy and Olin here. We just want to wish you guys all happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, whatever you guys celebrate. And in the spirit of things, everybody's thinking about toys. So we're gonna look at some toys here. These are slot cars. This is my grandpa's place, and I've been playing on this track my whole life. I'm 38, and this track's been set up basically the same that whole time. Anyway, so we're just gonna have a little bit of fun and show you guys some really cool little slot cars. Okay, so I'm going to kind of just show you guys some of these cars. These are all, for the most part, real deal vintage AFx cars from the 70s and early 80s. I prefer the non-magnet traction and even more so the solid rivet chassis. And what those are, so this, well, let's see if I can find one that's basically stock. I'll just go ahead and use this one. So this is a solid rivet. And what that means is there's solid rivets right here as opposed to, got too many cars, guys. So this one is a non-solid rivet, but is a non-magnet traction. The magnet traction ones are like this, where you have the magnet sticking through. So theoretically, you'd get better traction and it would race a little bit better around the track. These, I think, are more fun. Just because you actually slide around the track, you actually have to do a little more control with the controller and just the eye-hand coordination. This particular chassis is pretty cool. It's one that I've built. It's an early one, like I said, solid rivet. It's got a vintage AJ's brass weight, chassis weight, which that's what it looks like. It's got a blue armature, so you've got the blue drag armature like this. Also, another one you had was the Red Devil here. They were all red. And then you've got the Mean Green. So Mean Greens are really quick, and I've had really good luck with the drag armatures. However, some people don't. These came in the 4-gear chassis, the drag cars. They're a lot more torque, but they don't seem to have quite the RPM as some of the others. But I really enjoy them, especially if you change the rear gear, the crown gear. You can put a 19 tooth on it, and then a little bit larger silicone tires. It will handle a lot better. The other thing about this is it has the vintage AFx power steering pickup shoes. So they came in a kit like this, and basically they were curved at the front, so they were a little bit longer. As you can see here, they were a little bit longer, had similar features to the G Plus, which was like their first real fast chassis with the can motor. Anyway, also had a different pickup shoe. And then this one has the Sears weight in the front. So this chassis has basically everything you could do to upgrade it. Everything's vintage on this chassis except for the magnets. I believe they're called Black Dragons. You could have used the Super 2 magnets, which are like these. Those would have been like the original hop-up magnets that were stronger than the stock ones. Another thing you could get is a different style of chassis pan. These ones worked better on like banked or on flat track versus banked curves because you got a front right here and it would rub, and you can see how much bigger it is versus the other one. And they're just kind of cool. These were real vintage pieces. Move these out of the way. You can also get all sorts of different aluminum wheels and really just dress your car out. So the aluminum wheels, they could help you, but not always. Sometimes they actually kind of hurt you because of the weight. I actually have found in a lot of cases the cars with the plastic wheels seem to go faster on the layout that we have. Another thing I'm going to show you here, so this is a really rare car. This is a solid red Roadrunner, and this is one of my favorite cars, and I run it. Even though that car has trimmed wheel wells and it has a different bumper on it because the original one's missing, that's still like a $150 body, just because it's a solid red Roadrunner. And then I've got a original Super 2 chassis in it. So you can see it's a little bit different on the bottom than even these ones. And that was actually gold plating. And the Super 2s were basically the race chassis you could get right from AFx. And it would have had this weight on it originally. It has a front weight as well as the side weights. It has what's called the Quadrilam armature, and they were black, and they had a little bit different timing. They were good for something like 60,000 RPM, and they're pretty quick by those days' standards. This car here actually has a real complete Super 2. Everything on this is real Super 2 except for the pickup shoes and the weights and the rear tires. Everything else is the real deal. As you can see, it's got the correct top plate with the little pieces for the Lexan body. I do have the weight. I have everything to make it 100% authentic. I mean, it is 100% authentic just with some add-ons. These are the real Super 2 wheels, little Allen head wheels on the back, 19-tooth crown gear. I mean, the crazy thing about this chassis alone sells for like the $300 range. And by the 1971, I believe is when they came out, standards, this thing was super fast. And they're super unique, they're cool, they're hard to find, and they're just kind of a really fun novelty item. And again, I run it, I race it, I put it on this solid yellow Roadrunner, made it look like it was built in the 70s. I put the Auto World sticker and the AJ sticker and stickers on the car, just for fun. It's actually one of my favorite ones to run, even though it's not that fast, honestly. Now, if you wanted to get into slot cars, you're new to it, there's a bunch of cool stuff you can get from Auto World. So Auto World makes all sorts of cool cars here. They make Mopars, Fords, GM, everything, and I wish I had more to show you. And they're in like the $25 range. And the crazy thing is, even though they're a similar setup to the Magna traction, other than they have added magnet on the bottom so they actually handle even better, these things will whoop all of these factory ones' butts. And you don't have to be in them near the money. And they're just as fun, if not funner, especially for beginners or younger kids that non-magnet tractions are hard to drive. These are way better, and there's all sorts of stuff. You can get police cars and everything. So if you're new to it and you want to get into it, that's where I would recommend. This stuff's really expensive. It's not hard to spend a lot of money on a single car. These lime with red Chargers, they're like $150. This one, you see those for $100 fairly frequently. I mean, they get really expensive. So unless you really want the old stuff, just get the new stuff. The other thing you can do if you want a lot of fun, and they fit the original AFx bodies as well as the Auto World. This is the original AFx Roadrunner, but I've got what's called a Viper chassis in it. And the Viper chassis are aftermarket. It's a company called Viper, and these guys are quick. They handle well, they stick to the track, and like I said, they fit right in your Auto World or your AFX bodies. They have a couple different ones, different speed ranges, everything, so you can just kind of do your research. You can find them on eBay. If you want something really crazy that's kind of super hard to drive, at least on our layout, it's almost not even fun. This is from Jags. You can find them on eBay as well. This chassis, like I said, it's almost not fun. It's too fast, and when it comes off the track, it flies. In fact, I wrecked it so hard that it doesn't run as good as it used to. It messed it up pretty bad for whatever reason. and they're not too expensive. I think the Viper chassis are about 50 bucks or 40 bucks, and you can get a whole bunch of different weights to go in them and different style of pickup shoes. And then the Jags ones you can also get a lot of parts for, and they're good chassis. They run really good, but they're just almost a little too much, especially for a beginner. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you guys some of this stuff. A lot of fun. Slot cars are awesome. It's really good bonding with kids and helps with eye-hand coordination. And it keeps them away from video games. And if they like cars, these are awesome. I've loved them. I've played on this out here with my grandpa since I was a kid, and still enjoy coming over and enjoy bringing Olin over. And he's got his own collection. He's 13 years old, and he can tear these chassis apart and build them and put them together and hop them up and everything himself. And it's just kind of fun to watch him and see other young kids do it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get back to racing. Well, guys, thanks for watching, and again, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas and safe holidays. Have a great day.